No one in this world can you trust. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host, Swamp Swimmer, and with me, as always, the Vegeta to my Goku, Vespacian.
Man, I can't believe we haven't used that one yet. Hey, everybody. How you doing? I
keep pulling them out of a bag by the dark recesses of my mind. These keep coming to me. So for the intro today, I think we owe it. No, we don't owe it, but we really want to tell everyone about a tournament that we're probably both going to be at, and we're really excited about. It's Silicon Hammer 2023. Is a 5-game grand tournament in San Jose, California on April 22nd through 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. And we just want to pump it because we had a great time last year, and I think I'm going to have a great time this year. The big draws for me are, it's right in the middle of San Jose, so it's just all the nightlights and restaurants that are around there. It's being played in I don't know how to describe it. Maybe you can describe it, Vespacian, but it's called the Guild Hall, and it's basically a big gaming space, including video games, including board games, including every game you can think of, and they have food and beer serviced to your table.
Yeah, basically. And it's like, you know, and it's not just like kind of random crap. It's like great beer, like local microbrews and stuff like that, local breweries, as well as the food is awesome. Like it's almost like they have like gourmet hot pockets. Like they basically make like little mini calzones with all sorts of different, like they had like a short rib one. I mean, it was just super delicious and table set.
Right when you said that, it reminded me.
It's great.
Right when you said that, the memory of those hot pockets came into my head. I'm like, oh yeah, that was good.
I think I have other stuff, but that was the one that stood out to me too. But yeah, and also tons of space, super great. And in walking distance to like 5 or 6 different hotels. It was honestly one of the best venues I've been at.
Yeah, definitely. And then also game-wise, they add a little bit of spice to every scenario. Nothing that breaks the scenario, but like, a little bit of extra gaming in there. But what I really like is that it's, Silicon Hammer, so it's based on like startup culture, in Silicon Valley, which makes complete sense. And before the tournament, everyone in the tournament invests in another player, and basically you get points if they do well, but the points you get is diluted by the number of people who invest in that player. So it's this hard game where you can invest in a player you think's going to do well, but he's not going to do that well because other players will invest in him. So it's like, it's this mind game that's super fun.
You want to pick that dark horse that nobody expects to become the next Google or Facebook and win the tournament, right?
Yes. Very much startup culture. I love. Anyway, if you're looking for more information about it, it's on New Recruit. I do not know if they have a website going, but it's on New Recruit, and all the information's on there. April 22nd and 23rd, and plus it's being run by 2 really great guys, Joe and Joel. All I could say is if you can make it, come, please. It'd be awesome.
I think there's like 10 or 12 spots left, and it's going quick. So jump in, get registered, and 20 minutes, 30 minutes from the airport. I mean, all the logistics, venue, everything is amazing. So hope we see more of you there.
I'm flying clear across country to be at this tournament.
There you go.
But anyway, let's get on to our battle report today. Oh, you thought we were talking about the Desperado, my games in the Desperado? No. Guess what, folks? It is game 1 of the challenge. Glory of Golden State Gaming versus I just blanked on their YouTube channel name. It's that unimportant. Proxy Table Gaming, whatever. They're just the guys across the pond. It's no big thing. But
after the insults that you suffered on the streets of London, you know, we like we said, we couldn't let it stand. We got some games in against these guys. It's now been a couple of months, but we've been looking forward to sharing it with all of you.
Yeah, definitely. If you don't know anything about the challenge, please click the links right above my head. That'll take you to our challenge video and their response to this. But anyway, in the first matchup, we have Vespacian versus Lucky Sixes, and you're running your kind of your old faithful now is Sylvan Elves.
Yeah.
And Lucky Sixes tried out an interesting Warriors list, but we'll get into that real quick. If you have a minute, go through your list real quick here.
Yeah, so this was back in October, I think. So before the design update that happened in waves in November and December, but after the zoo. So I wanted to make some changes. I went back, or I went to triple trees, which I thought was fun, and really wanted to try that out. Got, you know, the rest of it was a little bit of a tweak to the magic phase. Those that might at the end of zoo might remember, I was kind of disappointed with just the solo Druidism Master, and so I kind of mixed the phase up a little bit. I wanted to fit in the maidens so that I could do the break the spirit, and I like the idea of trying out the triple channel. Otherwise, it, you know, kind of conceptually still pretty similar. Still lots of shooting, kind of lots of fast cavalry units for scoring and shooting, and then 3 trees basically.
Excellent. And then let's look at Lucky Six's list. Warriors of the Dark Gods. It's a little large, so okay, we're gonna do it right here. So he's got the Chosen Lord, Hellforged Armor, Thrice Forged, Symbol of Slaughter, Talisman of Shielding, Immortal Gauntlets, Pride, Idol of Spite. So just a beefy Chosen Lord on foot.
Yep.
Sorcerer Adept on Evocation with Lord of the Damned. Sorcerer Adept on Alchemy with Rod of Battle, all on foot. 25 Warriors with Pride and the Zealot's Banner. 15 Barbs, I'm assuming that's going to be a Wizard Bunker. 10 Chosen with Wrath and Great Weapons, yikes. 5 Chosen Knights with Wrath, yikes. And then 2x6 Wretched Ones, which are a fun unit, the random movement Wretched Ones.
Those who watch their channel carefully, this was a practice game basically for, now I can't remember which tournament it was, but it was a tournament.
Was it Tech?
Maybe the English Championships. Yeah. He took basically exactly this list, and this was like one of his practice games for it. So yeah, so if you haven't checked out their battle reports for those, check them out. If not, if you have, then you recognize this list. Pretty simple, in your face, just get after it.
Yep, exactly. Something I forgot to mention is we played this game in Warhol. Woo! Go Warhol. If you don't know about what Warhol is, it's an awesome online version of the Ninth Age that is pretty damn sweet. As you can see, it's in 3D. I won't go on to it here, but if you have a chance, check out Warhol. Here's your deployment. Go ahead and talk about your deployment.
Yeah, so if I recall correctly, I won. I'm pretty sure that I won first turn, or lost the roll for deployment, and it was secure target, and so with an army like this that is so, you know, in your face, I really wanted the targets separated. So I can't remember if I placed the one next to the hill or he did, but one way or the other, you know, once the first one was down, you know, I put the second one, the second one as far away as I could to kind of spread the match basically and make him try to play wide. He doesn't have that many threats or scoring units to spare, so tried to go for that. Otherwise, I was hoping to take advantage of that hill, use it to kind of screw with his line of sight in the early game, and ultimately just try to shoot the snot out of, you know, anything that came at me. The Wretched Ones are obviously tough because I can't flee them. Their random move makes them hard to predict. And I made an important sort of battle prep error in that I missed that he had Lord of the Damned.
Oh no.
Which almost comes back to bite me. Spoiler alert. We'll see how bad it gets for your hero here. But otherwise, was just kind of trying to set up centrally, keep myself flexible, and be able to shift based on where he deployed. So now I think I go first, but we can remind myself.
Also, the second flag, the first one's next to hill here, but actually you can't see it on the screen, but it's in the far bottom right corner of the map.
There you go.
Jump into turn 1. And this first image, I think it's turn 1. Yeah, you definitely move. So what was your thoughts here?
Yeah, so this is where I made my mistake about the Lord of the Damned. I was kind of thinking, hey, I'll have a couple of turns until those wretched ones are on top of me on average. If he gets one unit with a big roll, I've got enough shooting on the right to really, put the hurt on him. Of course, Lord of the Damned lets you re-roll your roll, so that ups the consistency quite a lot. So what I did was I brought my Pathfinders over on the right and all of my shooting basically ready to start doing some work on the Wretched One units and on the Warriors block in the center. So I was really focused on starting to get those threats down. I took advantage of the mobility from my vanguarding Heath Riders and my Briar Maidens to start kind of clouding out over on the left-hand side. If his Chosen Knight come forward, then all of a sudden I've got 2 shooting units in his backfield that can cause him some problems. And if he doesn't, then great, I don't have to worry about Wrath Chosen Knights with a Flaming Standard. And I was able to, because of his positioning, basically hide or keep out of range all of the charges around that hill. So that worked out well.
Yeah, definitely. Let's jump to the next pick here. This is turn 1 for Lucky Sixes. Okay.
Yeah, so what I did was I got Break the Spirit off in the Chosen Knight, so you see they haven't been able to move up very far because he didn't want to take the DTs. Mm-hmm. You can also see that I did quite a lot of work on that central warrior block. I think it was like...
Yeah, how much?
I think it was like, so I killed like 6 or 7 there. So I was pretty happy with that outcome. I did not do great against the Wretched Ones, which really worried me. And that was... And then obviously in his movement phase is when I got reminded that his Wretched One had that Lord of the Damned, and so all of a sudden they're really close to me.
Yeah, really.
Because he got 2 pretty big rolls, yeah. And essentially, he played pretty cautious with his Chosen of Wrath out on the right-hand side because they were the ones that were potentially going to hold that objective over there. Honestly, any game where you can keep a unit of 10 Chosen of Wrath out of a game is a win.
Yeah, really.
And if he comes forward, I have that little Heath Hunter unit that can zip by him down the bottom and score that objective. So I was feeling pretty happy with everything here, except for how close his Wretched One units got. Because now I'm basically going to need to make some different decisions about my shooting next turn and start pulling back on the right. So that was basically it.
Definitely. This is your turn 2.
Yeah, so his magic phase is pretty focused on combat buffs. I didn't really care much about those because I had some pretty important priorities this turn, which was I needed to chaff and shoot those Wretched Ones. So I was fortunate in that there was a nice little sliver where I could hide the Avatar and the Tree Father, both blocking any movement by the Wretched Ones towards my army, and also out of sight of the Chosen Knights, and the Warrior block. So I was pretty fortunate with that. I was also able to do what I was hoping to do, which is bring my fast movers around his Chosen Knights and start harassing them. 14 poison and strength 4 or AP 1 shots, close range, can do work over time, even against a 2-up armor save.
Definitely.
And otherwise, I basically just brought everything as far back as I could with the shooters, hoping that, next turn I would be able to, keep evacuating them, essentially. So then I really focused all of my shooting, I think, on that central Wretched One block, the one closest to his warriors, and did a pretty good work on that one.
Yeah, let's see.
Because it even used the trees for the chaff, I I didn't get to put all of my shooting into them kind of unobstructed. I think I had to put a few shots into the ones on the right, maybe some random things like the Chosen Knights, but that was basically it.
Yep. And let's go to the next picture. And as you can see, this one's down to half strength here.
Yeah, so I was able to put a lot of work through on them. I was also able to break the spirit off again on the Chosen Knights and take a model off, which was helpful. But yeah, you can see where I put most of my attention was on that one Wretched One unit. And he just went ahead and kind of went around my trees, which was definitely the right decision. And he and now he's kind of boxed units in. So I absolutely have to kill those Wretched Ones on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've got no escape path for the rest of my units. And you can see that now he's gotten himself up onto the hill with both units, even with the Break the Spirit, and so now he's really starting to threaten me there. So yeah, he's an aggressive move, but he's trying to pen me in there.
Yeah. And this is your turn.
Yeah, so here I made I had one really critical. If you go back to the last one, I was really wanting to take that Tree Father that was the regular one over on the furthest right with the green leaves. Yeah, I really wanted to march him backwards and block up that Wretched One unit.
Oh, to like right here, yeah.
Exactly. Failed the march block.
Hey.
Rerolled a 9. Was bad timing. But so I ended up having to use the archer unit to.
Well, to be honest, Vespacian, there is no good timing for failing a rerollable 9 discipline check.
Hey, listen. I fail them. I think it's like a 95% pass rate, and I fail them a lot. I don't know what to say, but anyways, so I use the archers. You will notice maybe, and we can see on the next picture. You may notice a mistake that I made.
Oh.
But we'll see. I'm not sure if anybody picks it out, but ultimately, I was able to readjust and get far enough away from the guys in the hill, and turn all of my shooting around to obliterate that Wretched One unit. And also because of the moves that he made with those Wretched Ones and his stuff on the hill, I was able to get my avatar and other Tree Father out of his line of sight and out of range, basically, from everything. And then I also brought the Briar Maidens around for a nice kind of aggressive move towards his bunker with his 2 wizards in it.
Yep.
So aside from something I didn't notice at the time, but I realized later, I felt pretty good about this movement.
Are you not going to tell us your mistake, or are we you can reveal it later?
You're going to see it in a second.
Okay. Here is his turn.
Yeah, so I think this was just, I was very focused on turning all my shooting at those Wretched Ones, and what I didn't catch was that with a little bit of kind of turning and shifting with his random movement pivot on those Wretched Ones, that he actually has a pretty comfortable overrun into the flank of that archer unit.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't, there's no way to flee it. So that one was pretty scary. I think I just based on where they were, and I think I just didn't pay close attention to where that unit could end up, and I kind of figured it would be kind of heading towards to go off the table, but he was able to completely turn and shift it up, which was that was totally a mistake on my part. Nothing bad on him. I think that he may have failed a charge, or maybe marched with his chosen knights up towards the center. So at this point, he's abandoned that objective over on the right hand. Or sorry, the foot chosen. He's abandoned the objective over on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going for the butt of your tree father here.
Yeah, correct. I think he figures the action's going to be in the middle. I need him over there, and then he's adjusted his chosen knights. This move confused me a little bit. I think if I had been him, if you look back to the prior picture, I think just pushing them straight down into my back line probably would have been a more like threatening posture. I don't think I got break the spear off this turn. I think he stopped it. So
yeah,
I'm not sure exactly, but maybe he was just worried about the avatar or something. But I think there could have been more opportunities to put more pressure on me. But you'll notice that I was able to clean up those. Right, if you go to the next picture, I was able to clean up those retro ones, and I also did a huge amount of work on that warrior block too.
I can see, yeah.
So that was good. And essentially he's now moved around a little bit, and now we'll see the next picture. So
oh boy.
Yeah, so a lot happens here. This is an important turn. So I use the avatar to chaff those chosen knights. Because the way that I figured it, I had a lot of shooting to put into them, and I figured if once they're down by a couple more models, I think the avatar can handle them. And I fail another march block. This one not rerollable, but I fail another march block on that tree father, and so he's just kind of stuck out in the middle of there. I do charge with the Briar Maidens into that bunker. And I think he rightfully realizes that that's not a great fight for him, and he could lose both, his mages and that bunker. So he flees, and I roll terribly and don't catch him. It was still possible with a big roll, but I don't catch him.
Yeah.
And otherwise, now you see the trouble that I'm in, because he's gotten into that archer unit, and he's gonna either wipe me or more likely not wipe.
He's gonna get two random moves towards you.
Overrun, and then the random move following turn. Right now, that's pretty risky because if he rolls big on both those rolls, he's into my Pathfinders.
Yep.
Right. So this is a tense moment for the Glory of Golden State gaming effort here, and all because I just underestimated and made a mistake about those random movers. So so I basically have to leave my tree father to die over on the right hand side there because he can't make a march check to save his life, and I put all of my shooting into the chosen knights, and now you can see the outcome.
No more chosen knights.
Yeah. So wow, this looks slightly out of sequence.
This is about right.
Oh no. Okay. I think what happened was we had some sort of issue where the game got exited and we had to go back in. Fortunately, we had saved it, but I guess I missed the screenshot. But essentially, if you take us back, I can give you an update here. I do a ton of work to those chosen knights. I think 2 come in, the avatar cuts their head off, and he takes a couple of wounds. Yeah. The other thing that happens is my archers flee a pretty short distance. I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think that he rolled a 5 on the pursuit.
5 on 3d6, not minimized or anything, just straight up 3d6. Yikes.
Yeah. Which of course gave me the opportunity. So he didn't catch my archers. Wow. they rallied the following turn, so they were able to block him, right, from an advance move towards my Pathfinders, which allowed me to just, avoid him and stay away from those guys the rest of the game, which was, a hugely lucky outcome for me. I'll perfectly admit, no good play, just lucky. There was a weird thing that happened, which was that his chosen, 10 chosen of wrath with great weapons, charged my tree father, and
Wow.
And when I say bounced, it was like he went through the forest and took a ton of DTs. He did like three wounds, I think, which he should easily kill me. And then on top of that, I hit every hit, wounded every hit, and did like a D6 thunderstomp and did like 10 wounds to him.
Jesus.
It was insane. And so I thought that guy was gone. My opponent thought he was gone. Just he rolled like crap and I rolled super well and I stuck that turn. And now you can see the evacuation of the Pathfinders from the wretched ones down there. You can see that the avatars cleaned up the chosen knights.
Wait. Did his bunker not rally?
Kept clean.
Oh, ay.
Yeah. Which, to be honest with you, is not terrible for him because the Briar Maidens could have charged them again if they had rallied. So he actually kind of put them out of threat range by accident. So that wasn't terrible. He ends up rallying the following turn. And so I chaff his unit, and now remember that the objective is right next to the hill there. Right?
Yeah.
So
right
essentially, what I need to do in my last 2 turns of shooting is kill all of those Chaos Warriors. I think basically what I think there's one picture more. Is that right?
There's this one.
So
Yeah.
if you take us back, yeah. So the Tree Father ends up breaking and running down that 10-man chest of wrath.
Unbelievable.
I think my opponent insisted that I refer to him as Tree Daddy from now on to commemorate. I did have a fun one where my Briar Maidens panicked from when he charged my chaff and killed them. Briar Maidens panicked and then failed their 9
Rally check.
Their 9 discipline check and ended up running off the board.
Oh.
So there's another rerollable 9 for me, essentially. And then in the last turn, now you can kind of jump forward. You can see his wizard bunkers rallied. I use my Tree Father Ancient to chaff up the wretched ones, and then I use the Avatar to chaff up the warriors and set everything up to shoot them because I just need to kill every last wound in the warrior unit, and then I win the objective. So ultimately, I think that's the last one. So ultimately, that is what I kill off all the warriors. He does not manage to kill my Tree Father Ancient with his wretched ones. And ultimately I get the objective, and I think so. There's the wretched ones, the sorcerer bunker, and his chosen lord left on the table,
and that gives you a 16. Well, it's a good start. 16's a good start to the challenge, right?
Yeah.
I see we have we've persevered over the British, like I always thought we would.
Better lucky than good. Sometimes your opponent rolls a 2-2-1 on their overrun.
Oh my god, I think you both had a good game plan here.
Yep.
It's just in a couple key spots. I can't believe the Chosen bounced, and got ran down by a Tree Father. That's crazy.
Yeah. The truth is I actually don't know that it changes the game that much, although obviously the point swing of me losing a Tree Father versus him losing a Chosen Knight unit is material. I don't think it changes it to a loss for me, but it probably is more like a, 13, 14 instead of a 16 kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's a good game. Well, it's a good start for us. We're each going. I'm gonna play Hyper G, and then you were gonna switch, and then we'll see how those go. This is a good start for you for the Glory of Golden State, so we'll see where we end up. And thanks to the guys at Proxy Table Gaming, this is a lot of fun.
It was a super fun game. He was a gent. We had a great time, and yeah, I'd play him again anytime. It was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next one.
Thanks, everybody.